Once upon a time, in a small and colorful village surrounded by rolling hills and sparkling rivers, there lived a young boy named Oliver. Oliver was known for his endless curiosity. His brown hair was always messy, as if the wind was his best friend, and his green eyes sparkled with a mischief that made everyone both laugh and worry. Oliver had one great flaw: he never listened. No matter how many times his parents, teachers, or even the kind-hearted village elders told him something, he would nod quickly, pretend he understood, and then do things his own way. Sometimes it led to small troubles like spilling water on the floor when his mother told him to carry the bucket carefully. Other times it led to bigger issues like chasing geese when he was told not to, leaving feathers and chaos all over the market. One sunny morning, Oliver's teacher, Mrs. Maple, announced something exciting. "Class, the village council has organized a treasure hunt for children this weekend. It will be held in the Whispering Woods. Whoever finds the golden key hidden deep in the forest will become the hero of the festival. And remember, this isn't just about finding treasure. It's about teamwork, patience, and listening to instructions." All the children clapped and cheered. The Whispering Woods was a magical place filled with glowing mushrooms, talking trees, and streams that sometimes sang lullabies. But it was also a place where you had to be careful. Oliver, of course, was thrilled. He puffed out his chest and whispered to his best friend Lily, "I'm going to win that treasure. You'll see. I don't need instructions. I'll just use my instincts." Lily, who was gentle and thoughtful, shook her head. She had long blonde braids and wore a little blue ribbon her grandmother gave her. "Oliver, you always rush into things. If you want to succeed, you need to listen carefully. The woods aren't just fun and games. They test you. You can't just do everything your own way." But Oliver only laughed, spinning around in excitement. The day of the treasure hunt arrived. The whole village gathered at the entrance of the Whispering Woods. The mayor, a cheerful man with a round belly and a golden monocle, raised his voice. "Children, before you enter, hear the rules. You will face challenges inside the woods. Some paths are safe, some are dangerous. Listen to the hints, follow the signs, and above all, work together." He looked at Oliver, who was bouncing on his toes, clearly distracted by a butterfly. The mayor sighed but continued. As soon as the whistle blew, the children dashed into the forest. The woods welcomed them with a cool breeze and glittering leaves that whispered like tiny bells. The first challenge was at the singing stream. The task was simple: to cross the stream without getting wet. The water was magical. If you fell in, it would sing loudly and alert everyone, making you lose precious time. A talking turtle appeared on a rock and said in a slow, wise voice, "Listen carefully, young ones. The stones that glow are safe to step on. The dark ones will sink." Lily tugged Oliver's sleeve. "Did you hear that? We should only step on glowing stones." But Oliver rolled his eyes. "Come on, it's just stones. I'll go first." He jumped onto a dark stone, which instantly sank, and with a splash, Oliver fell into the stream. The stream began to sing loudly in a silly voice. A clumsy boy, who never listens? Oh, what joy!" The other children laughed, though kindly, while Oliver climbed out soaked and embarrassed. Lily shook her head but offered him a hand. "See? If you had listened, you wouldn't be dripping wet now." Oliver grumbled but said nothing. They moved forward and reached the talking trees. The trees bent down with their wide branches and spoke. "To pass, answer our riddle. What becomes smaller the more you take away?" The children whispered among themselves. Lily thought carefully and said, "It's a hole." The trees smiled, their leaves rustling happily, and they opened a path. But Oliver had already been impatiently trying to crawl through a bush instead of listening. The bush was full of prickles, and he came out with scratches all over his arms. "Ow! Ow! That bush attacked me," he whined. Lily sighed again. "No, Oliver. You attacked the bush because you couldn't wait." As they ventured deeper, the challenges became trickier. At one point, they met a wise old owl perched on a golden branch. The owl said, "Children, To reach the golden key, you must stay together. Many shiny things will tempt you, but not all are real. Only teamwork will guide you to the true treasure. Everyone nodded, except Oliver, who was distracted by a sparkling red stone on the ground. He picked it up and shouted, "Look, I already found treasure." But as soon as he held it up, the stone turned into a puff of smoke and vanished. Oliver coughed and waved the smoke away, glaring at the owl. The owl just blinked slowly, as if to say, "This is exactly why I warned you." Finally, after hours of walking, the children reached the heart of the forest, a glowing meadow where fireflies danced like stars. In the middle stood a tall pedestal. On top of it was a small chest. Everyone gasped, "The golden key must be inside." But as they approached, the ground shook and a giant shadowy figure rose up. It was the guardian of the key, a creature made of vines, leaves, and glowing eyes. It thundered, "Only those who have listened, learned, and worked together may take the key. To prove your worth, you must solve the final challenge." The guardian raised its leafy hand, and in front of them appeared 3 doors. 1 gold, 1 silver, and 1 wooden. Behind one door lies the golden key. Behind the others, nothing but trickery. I will give you a clue. Listen well. The key is where humility rests. The children looked at each other. Lily thought deeply and said, "Humility means being simple, not flashy." The wooden door must be the answer. Most of the children agreed. But Oliver, puffing his chest, shouted, "No way! The golden key should be behind the golden door. It makes perfect sense. I'll prove it." Before anyone could stop him, he rushed to the golden door, pulled it open, and immediately a swarm of buzzing bees flew out, chasing him around the meadow. He screamed and ran in circles while the children laughed, though they felt sorry for him too. Eventually, he jumped into a pond to escape the bees. Soaked once again, he returned, sulking. Meanwhile, Lily calmly opened the wooden door. Inside was indeed the golden key, shining warmly. The guardian bowed deeply. "You have chosen wisely, little ones. The treasure is yours, for you listened, trusted, and worked together." The children cheered as Lily held up the key. When they returned to the village, the crowd clapped and cheered for Lily and her friends. The mayor smiled proudly. "Well done, children. You have shown that true treasure lies not in rushing, but in listening, learning, and working as one." He gave Lily a medal and the chest, which contained not gold coins but seeds of magical plants that would help the village grow food forever. Everyone was amazed and happy. Oliver stood quietly at the back, dripping wet, scratched, and tired. For once, he felt a lump in his throat. He realized that his stubbornness had only made things harder for him. After the cheering settled, he walked up to Lily. His voice was small. "I'm sorry, Lily. You were right all along. If I had just listened, I wouldn't have messed up so many times." Lily smiled kindly and handed him one of the magical seeds. "It's okay, Oliver. What matters is that you learned something today. Listening doesn't make you weaker. It makes you wiser." From that day onward, Oliver tried harder to pay attention. He still had his playful spirit and mischievous grin, but whenever someone gave advice, he took a deep breath and truly listened. Slowly, the village noticed the change in him. He still made mistakes, of course, but he learned faster, and people began to admire him not for his loudness, but for his growth. And so, the moral of Oliver's adventure spread through the village like sunshine through leaves. Listening is not just hearing words. It's understanding, respecting, and learning. It is the key to every treasure life has to offer.